Are you one of those new trendsetters that likes to travel alone? If you are, do not travel alone without watching this video first. What's up, Fantastic Family? It's your girl Fantastic, and I am back with another video. I'm so excited. Today we are talking about the do's and don'ts of solo traveling. This is something that is fairly new to me. 10 or 20 years ago, I wouldn't have ever traveled alone. I was one of those people that I always felt like I needed someone to go with me. Well, in the recent years, I've discovered it's more fun traveling alone. So if I ask somebody, a lot of times when I ask people to travel with me and they said no, that stopped me from doing, fabulous vacations. And I was like, I'm just gonna do it. And I did it, and I've been doing it ever since, and I've been enjoying it. I even recently, in the last 6 months, traveled outside of this country all alone. I went somewhere where I knew absolutely no one, and it was one of the best vacations that I've had. So in this video, I have compiled a list of things that I think that you should or should not do when traveling alone. So yeah, let's get into it. Do your research. Plan ahead. Prepare. Know something about where you're going. I know sometimes it's fun to just strike out and go, but do your research. There is a travel company, I believe it's in Chicago, and you contact them. They give you a questionnaire and they ask you questions like, do you want to go somewhere where it's hot? Do you want to go somewhere where it's cold? Do you want to shop? Do you want this? Do you want that? You pay the money. You know absolutely nothing about where you're going until they give you an itinerary. But they will give you like so many days before. They'll give you like 3 clues on, take an umbrella, take this, take that. That's perfect if you do that. But it is some type of plan ahead, because I need my coat, or I need my raincoat, I need my sunscreen. So do plan ahead. Have an idea of where you're going or some of the things that are taking place. Don't give out too much information. You don't have to tell everybody, I'm alone. Hey there. I'm all by myself on that trip. Everyone is not your friend, and everyone doesn't have your best interests at heart. So do not broadcast it. Do give yourself a curfew. Say, okay, I'm going such and such, and I'm gonna come back at such time. Don't just stay out to all times of night. And you can even give a person at home your agenda to kind of let them know, hey, I'm going here today. It's not that you're letting people control your activities and what you're doing, but it's always good to let someone know. Don't feel obligated to fill every moment with activity. It's okay if morning 3 you want to lie around in bed and watch movies, or you want to hang around a hotel or resort and do absolutely nothing. It's a solo trip, remember. It's your thing. And if you don't want to do anything, you don't have to. Sometimes a part of the adventure is just doing absolutely nothing but being still. One of my favorite pastimes is sitting at the beach, listening to the music with my eye, not the music, but the music of the waves with my eyes closed, just sitting there at the beach. So it's okay if you don't have just a full itinerary. If you don't want to do anything, don't beat yourself up, at a particular time. You don't have to do anything. Do pay attention to your surroundings. If you see something that looks weird or you feel like you're being followed, make a mental note and pay attention to it. Don't be afraid or look afraid. Sometimes people can sense terror and sense that you are a scared tourist. Don't have that look on your face, because you make yourself a target. This one is for me. Do travel light. I am a overpacker. I always overpack. I always have way more than I would use. It's only been one instance where I overpacked for me and my family. And when we got ready to fly home, there was a tornado. We were gonna go through a tornado, and we couldn't fly out. Everybody else that was with us ran out of clothes, but I still had clothes for me and my family, and I still had things. That was a good instance. But when you are traveling alone, you don't have anybody to help you but you. So you want to travel light. As I mentioned, I traveled out of the country, and I had 2 big suitcases plus a carry-on filled to the brim. And the transportation company got us late to the airport, and we almost missed our flight. And one of the people that I met on the trip, she saw me struggling with my suitcase, and she came and grabbed it and it was like, come on, we're about to miss our flight. That was nice, but that was an isolated incident, and no one's really gonna help you. So take a level of luggage or bag that you can handle. This is a great one. Do not flash money. Do not pull out large sums of money in front of people. Do not pull out money in front of people, because people notice it and they're watching, especially if you're in a different country. And not just a different country, you could be somewhere domestic, but people pick up on, she's a tourist, and they see you with all this money or a lot of jewelry. You make yourself a target. Do not get too intoxicated. I was watching a young lady's video, and she asked me to watch her video, and she traveled to Cancun. And it was a solo trip, and she met some people there, and this was during the time when all the flights were getting delayed. And she went out with a group of girls, and she drank so much she didn't remember anything, according to her video. And she said she woke up in an unfamiliar place and she was looking around and she asked the people, where am I? And they were like, you're in jail. And she was like, in jail? Why am I in jail? And they were like, too much tequila. She don't remember anything that led up to that moment or anything. All she knows is she woke up in jail. It cost her a whole lot of US dollars and she had to hustle to get back to the airport before she missed her second flight. So don't get funky, pissed, and drunk to the point that you don't know that you are in this world. Always have a level of consciousness. Be a social drinker, but don't get funky drunk and you're by yourself. Don't hail taxis off of streets. My sister did this in Orlando, and the cab driver, this was before Uber and before Lyft, the cab driver took her to the wrong airport on not the airport, the wrong hotel on purpose. And it ended up being a close to $100 ticket. So go to most places have cab stands where cabs sit, or go in a restaurant, or if there's a nearby hotel, and ask will they call a cab for you. It's a little bit safer because they will take you somewhere. I saw somebody on another post, I think they were in Puerto Rico, and they took a cab and the cab driver was harassing them. Then I saw another video where they found a cab driver and he was like, it's such and such. But later on, the law showed up at their Airbnb saying that they didn't pay him all his money, although he said this, it was their word against his word, so they had to come out their pocket for more money. So make sure you're getting a reputable cab. I have this twice. Don't announce it. You don't have to let everybody know that you're by yourself. Do document. Take pictures, take videos, vlog while you're there to show your journey. Do document. Make sure you stay connected, meaning make sure your cell phone is charged. If you need to bring your charger or those little receptacles, those charger banks where you can charge, or if you need to bring an extra battery, make sure you bring that so that you can stay connected. Another tip is to the hotel you're staying in, get a card with the address and the name. Even if perhaps if you were in another country, in their native language, because a lot of times drivers, they don't understand what you're saying. They don't have any idea. I watched a vlog. Yes, I watch vlogs all the time. I watched a vlog where a really popular blogger, she went somewhere and a guy didn't know where she was going, and she watched him drive around and around and around till the meter got to 200, and then he stopped. I don't know where I'm at. And she was in the middle of nowhere, and she had to get another driver, and she said she Googled where she stayed, where she was staying, and she was in Turkey, Antalya, Turkey, and she had to tell the driver the directions. So it's good to get a business card with the hotel's name and address that you're staying in, and if possible in that native language, so you can always show. That concludes my tips. It's not everything, but those are things that I thought about when I was on my journey. Another thing that I did, I took a picture of my passport and kind of emailed it to myself and my identification. That way, if I lost my phone or I lost my passport, it was in my email, and I could access my email, from anywhere and still have a record, a copy. So if I had to contact somebody, if you're traveling internationally, know where the U.S. Embassy or consulate, know these important things in case something happens so that you can contact people. But if you have a tip, drop down in the comments and let me know what your tip is when you travel solo or when you're traveling solo. Anything that you could think of to make our list longer. We want to have fun, but at the same time, we want to be safe and we want you safe. So give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel because we're coming with the tips. Everything about travel is all about travel. Till next video, I'll see you later. Bye, fantastic family.